So there's things you can control, and things you can't control. We can't always control what's happening in the economy. We can't control the markets. We can't control where oil prices are going or the Chinese economy, inflation, where the unemployment rate is at. We can't always control how much we're going to spend on medical expenses or how long we're going to live. But there are things that we can control, and that's really how much you're spending. Are you prepared in advance? Do you know how much you need to live off of? Those are some of the things we can control. And my job is to make sure that you know the things you can control and help you manage the risk of the things you can't control.
Okay.
And it's easy to just search
All
it.
right, gave them kind of all the questions of what we...
When clients come into our office, I think that our main goal initially is to make them feel welcome, to make them feel safe, and to make them feel valued.
What's interesting about this is what's the best decision for you and your family isn't always the one that makes you end up with more money, right? As you enter retirement, you need to make the decisions that make you most comfortable, confident, and happy.
I haven't heard anything from Paula.
Okay.
It's different for every person. And that's one thing that we definitely make a point of doing. It's figuring out what your perfect retirement looks like. It's your plan, not our plan. It's yours.
There's no one-size-fits-all financial plan. There's no magic formula. And even though many of the variables are very similar, every single person has a different way to approach retirement.
So I think they want an expert. They want some advice to make sure that they'll have enough funds to enjoy their retirement.
The tough thing about retirement is that you now all of a sudden have worked and had a consistent income coming in, and in many cases you don't have that anymore. Pensions are slowly going away, and Social Security just doesn't cover the cost of living that it once did. And so it's a really tough thing for people to come to grips with, that they now have to make sure that their money lasts for a long period of time. When you've worked 40, 50 hours a week for 30, 40 years, now they have all this additional time. It's how do you fulfill your life?
A successful retirement would be where you're planned out for so many years. They know that their funds are well invested and they can go out and enjoy traveling or spending more time with family and not worrying.
But I think in many cases people try to really complicate retirement. And so what we try to do is make that much simpler, is try to break it down and truly find out what are the main components or the main areas that we really need to focus in on. Because it really doesn't need to be hard. It could be very simple and easy. But again, we need to have a plan, we need to have a strategy or a process in place to make sure that we know what's most important and how do we manage that to make sure that you have the retirement that you desire.